Hey guys, so today I thought I would do my everyday makeup and then as a twist basically add and change what I would do for a night out in the same video. So I will do my everyday makeup first and then I will then show it and then work on my going out look, so what I would wear to parties or going out to like dinner with friends that we're drinking. So yeah, so the first thing I do is not that. It's normally turn on my mirror because it has a ring light, and then I would just chuck my hair up. And this is just a scrunchie, which it's a little bit easier to put my hair up with that because it's softer. Just if your hair's clean, it's not that easy. So I put my hair up and my face is red because it's hot and because I partially just slapped myself. It is quite warm because it is humid. But I'm going to start. So I use the Amuse Cosmetics, which is off a site called Shop Missa, which all the products are $1 or $1.38 if you're from Australia. Don't know the price difference for the people in the UK, but it's just a face primer and it's a colour correcting one, so it gets rid of redness. So it's just this, and all I do is I just squeeze some onto my fingers. I usually do that, and between two fingers, and I normally have to do a second lot just to do my forehead because my cheeks and chin seem to absorb it all, and whatever's on my hands I try to spread onto my forehead. Yes, I stretch my face like that every time. It's just a weird habit, so then I just get a little extra. 2 fingers and then forehead and then nose. But I focus a lot on the forehead just so then it's not as red. And then I also focus a lot just around the nose here because that's where I get a lot of blackheads. And yeah, so that is the primer done. So I have everything always laid out in front of me. It's just a weird thing I do. Even though I have like drawers right here for everything to sit in, there is legit an empty drawer where the majority of this stuff goes. Why? Because I can be very messy, and like if I've got a couple things going on where I'm using like my eyeshadows and things from the drawers, it's all on here. So then I end up just kind of putting the things I use in a line together just so I know. But so next, so I have 2 BB creams that I use. One's the AOA Studio, which is again from Shop Missa, and then the other one is L'Oreal Paris Nude. No idea what that word is, and I'm not even gonna try. But so this one I'll be using in summer because it's a little bit darker and it's, I think, the lightest tone. Yeah, it's for a light skin tone, yet it is really tan. And then so I'll be using this one because this is in light. There is one shade lighter than this, and I did try it, but it is too light, so I use light. And yeah, let's do that. Oh my god, don't lose lids. So this is my beauty blender, already wet and squeezy. So one thing I actually do on my vanity is I normally have like a dish with water. The water was clean, which from soaking this. But yeah, no, I have a little dish and I put some water in it so I can soak this and let it sit for a bit just so any excess water gets out of it. So all I really do is I squirt a little bit at the top and then drag it so then there's nothing excess on the actual thing, and I just do 4 blops with the blender on my face so it's in its spots, and then just start to go to work. Ow. Yes, I just slightly hurt myself. So I already did film this once, but I had some complications, and also I didn't do down here, which do down there. It comes in handy. Oh, that's me. Okay, so that was the first base of it. I usually have to do about 2 to 2.5, and I say 2.5 because I don't do 2 full lines. I always do 2 lines, but if I'm doing half, I just do 1 line. And then I just do the same areas apart from the chin, and I do under it, so then it's a bit more blended. And go over my cheeks and my nose. And then do my forehead a bit more, because the forehead always needs a lot of work. So I do have normal foundations that I use, just I go through these periods where certain foundations tend not to work on my skin. So I've once used the Maybelline Dream Matte Mousse, and I used this all throughout high school, and it was probably one of the easiest things because I could apply it with my fingers and it not be any trouble. Or I've used the Maybelline New York Velvet, which is just this, and comes out in a mousse form. So I tried this stuff. It does not work. It comes out way too liquidy for me. And there is still more. And then there is the Face of Australia Sheer Covered Liquid Foundation in Ivory. I do like this, and this was what I was using before I went to the BB creams. This is good too. And there was, I think, one more. Okay, and then there's the Lacura Beauty Foundation, which I also used in high school for a bit. Mainly because I was still trying to find, my makeup style. And so I have 2 primers. I have the color correcting one, and then I have the Makeup Design, well, aka Mud, Skin Perfecting Primer. It's just this. I don't mind this, it doesn't feel right, but I do use it sometimes. And that is it. I used to have a Barry M one, but I think I used that all up. I must have. I definitely did. So yeah, I used all that up. But then the next step is my color correcting palette by, or color correcting kit by Barry M. So I tend to use the red under the eyes and the green here, just on spots, so like this one up here. So yeah. And I just move my hair out of the way so it's not going green. And then I just check for any more redness that I would like to cover. I occasionally do small dots around the nose, just as a little precaution. Yeah, oh, I closed it and I hadn't finished, and then I grabbed the red on the other side of the brush. And I try not to go crazy with the red, but I can never promise that. And I do the red, and I put the brush away, and I grab my concealer. So I have 2 concealers. I never have more than 2. So one is the OXX Studio, which is in Porcelain. It's the first shade. It's the lightest, and I do like this. But I was running low, and I had to get a new one. So I now use the Maybelline New York Superstay 24 Hour clean light slash beige. So that's it there. Security sticker didn't want to fully come off. But yeah, that's it there. And all I really do is, well, open it if I can. Then blop, blop. And I do that one at a time, just so I can focus on an area. And if it doesn't blend properly, I just quickly use my finger. And there's still green on that side, so I say little blob, but that was quite a big blob. So normally I'd be listening to music, hence the noises I'm making. So normally I listen to music and like I'll sing along to that, but I can't, so I'm making my own music by just making sounds. Oh my god. Then I move the hair, add some more. I'm probably gonna need some more. Also, occasionally it may sound like the TV and movie circus music that I'm doing, and it may, because I have a weird thing where I don't even have to hear it, I can just randomly do it, and then it'll just forever be stuck in my head. Don't know why. I also make noises when things are close to my eye that aren't soft as anything. Like this I'm fine with because it's a sponge, but a concealer stick, nope, not okay with. Mainly because I occasionally get myself in the eye with concealer. Seriously, the amount of concealer that I've wasted getting in my eye is hilarious. And the amount of times nothing bad has happened to my eye with the amount of concealer in it, also hilarious. So I put that beauty blender down, and then I make sure there's enough setting powder in my container for me to use, and I just set it. I make faces like that because I'm weird. Okay. So that's done. I look crazy. I occasionally put some setting powder just under my nose with my Cupid's bow. Why? Because I can. Now I've got to figure out which brush. So then I grab my powder, which is always a mess. Okay. So I get too much powder every time, so I have to put it in the lid and take it off the brush. So I just lightly powder my face. And then after I've done that, I carefully put the lid back on the powder. Never mind about that. And then I just grab my other brush and I just brush as much as I can with this brush. And then I grab the brush I use for my powder, just because it's a little bit bigger, and I also just wash these brushes, so every time I put it to my nose I kind of smell it. So, yeah, and it's not in properly, and I usually do this for about 10 minutes, just this eye or the other eye or both of them, because they never want to blend in. Sorry, my hair is like touching my neck and I don't deal with that. So then I get my pawpaw ointment and I just put it on my lips just to give them some moisture. I let that sit for a bit, just because my lips are usually really dry. Actually, every time they're dry. So I'm going to let that sit while I put things back. And then I just have a towel right here that I just... And that towel is also like dry as anything, so it's very rough on the lips, so it gets all the skin off the lips. So, yeah. So then I add... Sorry, there was a line on my face that did not belong there. That's apparently a smile line. I don't smile, so I must be smiling in my sleep. But so I just reapply some pawpaw ointment, and then I choose from either my range of liquid lipsticks that I do put on top of this because they crack and I don't like that, or my lip liners and lip glosses and lip balms and lip butters and so forth. But I'm going to go with Bow Beauty Creamy Lip Pencil. It is a mess, but it's a nice like burgundy colour. I just... There we go. So I normally pat it with my towel in case there's too much, because then it becomes a mess. So that is my everyday look. It is pretty plain and basic. So I'm going to take the lip stuff off, and I'm going to do my... No, look, sorry, this hair, there is like a piece that's sitting on the eyelash half the time. It's bothering me. So all I use to actually remove my makeup is the Neutrogena Makeup Removing Cleansing Towelettes. So I go through so many makeup remover products, mainly because oh my god, mainly because my skin is very sensitive, and so like I can use a certain product for a certain amount of time, then I have to change it. So I used to be able to use like micellar water. I can't anymore. It irritates my skin so much. I was using the micellar like makeup removers. Irritates my eyes, so I'm not going there. I'm not using those. Sorry, I've got... Where is it? Okay, I can't find the hair, but it's freaking me out. And then I used a few more that I don't think... I think they were discontinued, and they were for sensitive skin. Hi guys, so I've switched up angles. And I've switched up angles because it is Friday and I'm editing the video, and it turns out when my camera died, it didn't film the twist. So I'm back here. I've just put a base on, and I'm going to do the twist, hence why my cheek's red, because I just put a base on, didn't do anything special. So, I think I explained it the first half of the video, I'm just going to explain it again. The twist is, so I'm doing everyday makeup, and then the twist is then what I would wear for a night out or something, so we're going to do that. And one thing I did in the video that never recorded was these, which I'm not going to do, because I did them and I fully regretted it, so I'm not going to do them, mainly because it also takes a while to take them off, and I don't normally do them, so let's do this. So the first thing I'm going to do is my eyeshadow, and I'm just going to be using the Maybelline New York Burgundy Bar, and apparently drop it everywhere. So I'm just going to use this colour right here. I'm also filming on my phone so I can see what I'm doing. So that is the base of my eyes. Yeah. And I'm just going to go over and do the other eye. Also, if at any time my phone does something weird, it's because I'm using it to film and I may get a message. And then next, where is it? Next I'll use this red right here, and that's just gonna go here. Also, I am in no way a professional at all, and I'm also using 2 colours because I prefer to use 2 than 3. Then I just blend. And then just clean it up. And those are the eyes. They're usually a lot cleaner, but when you're rushing, it is a little bit of a pain. Next, I'm going to use my Maybelline New York Master Chrome by Face Studio. And it's just that. That shine though. Also, I haven't been to a circus recently. I just have that tune in my head. Why? Because I always do. And then after highlighter and eyeshadow, it's under lips. And apparently I'm still losing my voice. So that was just my pawpaw cream, or pawpaw ointment. And I just put that on my lips to give it some moisture. And then I decide what I want. So with my everyday, I went with this. But I think let's go bold. Okay. And then for my lips, I'm gonna go with this purple. It is also named Amethyst. Not even gonna try. So then I just pat the purple ointment off my lips and get this. But it's also a liquid lipstick, so it will set. And then that is my going out look, minus the brows, because I am not attempting them today. But yeah, that is the look. So yeah, give this video a thumbs up, guys. Subscribe, because there is plenty more to come. I filmed plenty over the next few days, and I plan to film a few more. I filmed a couple last night. I haven't filmed putting Christmas decorations up because all mine are locked in a box, as I say in the video that I will put up during the week. But we've got to put Christmas stuff up around the house, so I might steal some of those, mainly because we have a lot of tinsel, so I might steal some of that and put it up in my room. We'll see. But yeah, give this video a thumbs up, subscribe, leave a comment to say how crazy I am, because honestly I know. But yeah, this is it. Bye guys.